You're in Grand Central
Your
Station.
show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of From Real to Heel. On today's episode, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now, AEW Nation, if you didn't have a fucking cuck of a goddamn admin, this is on them, not on you. And get ready, because AEW, I got a bone to pick with you, but not for the reasons you think. That we go into some interesting topics on have certain movies overwhelm their stay, as well as, among other things. Survivor Series is this week, so we make our Survivor Series picks. And we dive deep into the fun shit of movies, video games, and wrestling. Let's get this started. Actually, we would be, but I fucked something up. God damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties. I will be right back. Guys, I gotta recall everybody, so give me 1 second. I fucked something up.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Just bear with me. I actually gotta make this longer. I didn't make it long enough.
Oh.
I only made it 15 minutes.
Oops.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oops.
That's a fast show.
I know we want to do things quicker, but damn, that's too much.
Done.
I'm just gonna go live straight off the bat.
Alright.
Alright, so I gotta call this thing back, so give me 1 second.
Alright, no problem.
Time's up.
Well, I'm gone.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 22 seconds.
Okay.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, all the bullshit that I uttered before not happening. We're still doing the same show. We're going to try to kick this off in another way. Let's just get right into the intro.
Alright, there we go. We're back.
Jesus!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of From Real to Heel. And that intro was definitely...
-5 stars!
I'm your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me as always...
Oh boy.
Introduce yourself, Chris.
Say your name, Ronnie.
I did. I introduced myself already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is I, Trips, and I am fresh off a boost, ready to put these AEW fanboys to roost.
And...
The most unprofessional professional in podcast history. The Zombie Master is here.
Oh, and a wild stunt cock might be making his long-awaited I would say debut, but it's not debut. His he might be joining us, but it's his birthday today, so he's taking a well-deserved sabbatical.
His birthday chops.
Yes. I mean, he already got a deer.
You went deer hunting?
Did you not see the? Oh yeah, you didn't see the photo. Freaking got like a 4-pointer.
Sweet.
Yes.
I couldn't do it, but that's cool for him.
But yes, on today's show, like I said, we dive into AEW's Full Gear. Survivor Series is this week, as well as, we gotta talk about some shit that's going on in AEW that no one wants to fucking talk about. That is very hypocritical at the same time. So where do we want to begin?
Are we talking about the postpartum postmortem tweets about Kenneth Omega?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But at the same time, I also want to talk about Full Gear. And there's something that I've noticed about AEW that no one bitches about. But yet when WWE does it, they bitch about it. So we're just going to start right there. Full Gear happened this week. It happened Saturday. Honest to God, good pay-per-view. You want to know one of my biggest complaints that no one seems to talk about? It's 4.5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Every pay-per-view is 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Now, we all know if WWE did this, how fast would they get put through the fucking ringer?
Oh, that was WrestleMania before it went 2 days.
But even then, even on Sundays, on certain days, they'll go 4 hours. They'll go 3.5 hours. But if you notice, every big pay-per-view is 4.5 hours. But yet, no one says a word.
Yeah, where WrestleMania back before 2 days was literally like 7 hours.
Well, John, you remember before even WrestleMania, when it was before the pandemic, wasn't every fucking pay-per-view 4 hours and the big four were 5?
Well, let me put it this way. And I'm gonna say this, and this might piss off a few AEW fans.
Fuck it. I'm drinking. We're gonna piss them off anyway.
If they're listening, you had your chance, bitches. Now you're gonna get some dark side.
Blame your admin.
Well, that faceless coward is hiding behind his keyboard, so we'll go behind that. But look, I'm a fan of the Bucks. I'm a fan of Kenny Omega. These 4-hour pay-per-views, they need an hour for each of their fucking entrances anyway. You know, because with the whole money shooting, the whole let's mug for 10 minutes, Kenny Omega walking slow, showing off his Triple H mustache, you know, and all that stuff, and all that good stuff. So, hey, that's why it's got to be 4 hours. It's got to be 4 hours for them to have an hour for each intro.
Now,
because there's like 6,000 members of the fucking Elite. So you got to, you know, joined by so-and-so and so-and-so and so, and another 10 guys that nobody gives two shits about. And here's the thing, and here's the kicker. I am a fan of AEW. I like the product. But I will rip it apart when it's due, when the time is right. And
now,
I will.
I have a question for both of you. I want you honest answer. What do you think the shortest match was on this card?
Well, I didn't see the card, so I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Okay, guess. Hold on. I'll give you the matches. I'm not gonna say who won or anything like that. MJF Darby, Lucha versus FTR, Danielson Miro, the 6-man Falls Count Anywhere match, which was the Super Click versus Jungle Boy, Jungle Express and Cage, Cody and Pac versus House of Black, Britt versus Ty Conti, Punk Kingston, Inner Circle versus Team Top American Top Team, Hangman Omega. And I'll even count the pre-show. Sheeta, Thunder Rosa versus Hayter and Nyla Rose.
Where the hell was
Probably say
that on? The
Ty
buy-in?
Conti match
The
is probably
buy-in.
I'd probably say the Ty Conti match is the shortest match.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Punk and Kingston or the House of Black match, since that was
you're-
pretty much blinking it was over.
Your first guess was 100% correct. Punk Kingston was 11 minutes. That was the shortest match.
And it was a fight.
And it was 11. But think about that. Your shortest match was 11 minutes. Your fucking buy-in women's tag team match was longer than Punk Kingston.
Well, the thing is, that match was a fight.
Right.
That wasn't a match. That was a fight.
But what I'm saying is, though, is when that is the shortest match on your card, and you have 10 matches, and every match eclipses 11 minutes, how many people do you think were asleep at home?
So Punk and Kingston, basically the match was as long as the promo thing that
Yes.
they did.
Yeah.
As a promo package. And the thing is, you look at, all right, when I looked at the blood on Punk and the blood on Cole, you could tell Cole gigged himself.
Yeah, he did.
and Punk went hard way with Kingston. Holy shit.
But
There's
like,
some heat. There's some long-standing heat between those two.
oh yeah, and also too with that match, it actually grew a story. That's the funny part. That match actually grew another. There's gonna be, it's going to be a three-way. It's gonna be. This is your Rock Austin, where Eddie needs his pin, so you might get 2 more matches out of this, and then Kingston gets his win.
I would go Rock Austin level though.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know how like they always did the three WrestleManias, and it was
Right.
the final WrestleMania was The Rock needed to win against Austin.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Or I would go Bret Hart versus Austin in
Right.
the way that, like, how Austin barely ever beat Bret Hart until that one time.
Right, exactly. But I'm saying it's going to be that kind of story. It's going to be
Yeah.
that's the story they're going to tell. It's going to be something like that. But yeah, so we'll get into the pay-per-view in a little bit, but yes, let's go into the post-mortem. So, no big shocker if you've been living under a rock. Kenny Omega loses his title. Okay. I belong to a page called AEW Nation. And boy, do they not like when you speak out against the Golden Child.
Oh, God.
I've been on this show, and you guys can back me up on this, 6 months ago, when I flat out said Kenny Omega is going away sooner than later because he needs shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Been saying that for years. Everyone's like, oh, well, that's not true. I go, it's true. He needs shoulder surgery. He drops the title to Paige. Good old Tuna Meltzer comes out and then starts saying, oh, well, he had a shoulder injury. No fucking shit. It's not like I haven't been reporting this, Meltzer, from you, by the way, when you put this out 6 months ago after he fucking dropped the Impact title in August.
Yeah, that's why people thought that possibly he was going to drop it to Cage at All Out.
Right. And but then he didn't. And then it's funny because everyone's like, "Oh, well, Omega's not going to take a break. He's got a AAA. He's got a AAA show to do." I go, "I bet you $1 million fucking as a betting man. He drops the fucking AAA title that week. He has no. He can.
It's not exactly the spring chicken anymore. He's
No.
like what, 36?
I'll tell you how much he is in a minute. I'll tell you how old he is in a minute. Give me a second.
But
Keep talking.
But you're gonna love this, because what I'm about to say is going to say, and I'm going to put this on YouTube. I am going to put this everywhere. Kenny Omega is Randy fucking Orton of AEW. Meaning, he doesn't give a shit anymore. Like Randy Orton doesn't give a shit. Now he gives a shit because he has someone to work off of in Matt Riddle that he wants to work with.
He's 38 years old, by the way.
Right. Yeah, he's 38. He's been doing this for a fucking while.
God damn.
He started his career. I'll tell you when exactly. Hold on. I'm pulling it up now. I'm pulling up Shitapedia. You know how that's always good. It's taking me a second here. Started his career in 2001.
Yeah, with, like, that's why he usually wrestled in, like, PWG around then, and then he found his way over to Japan.
No, he started off in the independents, was with WWE for a hot minute.
Oh, with, with Deep South?
Deep South, and then he left there, went to...
So 2001 is when with the whole thing with DeMont, with Bill DeMont.
Yeah, I mean, he's been with Pro Wrestling, DDT Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, New Japan.
I mean, the DDT stuff is where he got famous. With wrestling the 9-year-old, wrestling with Ibushi as the Golden Lovers.
That 9-year-old, wasn't that Shida?
Now they're saying that it's not, but I don't know.
Not Shida. What's her name?
Yeah, Shida. Oh no, Riho.
Shida?
No, Riho.
Riho. I think it was. I heard it was Riho.
Which might be, but it's beside the point. But yeah, it's just funny because the minute I called them out when they're like, "Oh well, boo-hoo," someone goes, I go, "No fucking shit. He's been hurt since fucking the AAA title. Delete your comment. We don't like it. It's bullying." Well, after I read that, I go, "Well, boo fucking who?" Like,
So hold on. So you said boo fucking who about them crying that Omega has to go away for soldier surgery?
no, I said no fucking shit. I reported this 6 months ago when he won the AAA title. Delete your post constants as bullying, which then I respond, boo fucking who?
That's not bullying.
I know.
You didn't call anybody any derogatory names. You said, hey, I said this in August, and you were proven right. And then you said, well, boo fucking who?
Yeah.
That's not bullying.
Breaking news. We'll talk about this more on Wednesday. Billy Epler is the new jet.
Is it official?
It's official.
I saw that earlier. I was gonna bring it up, but
We'll talk about that on Wednesday.
we got that Wednesday. I got some thoughts and a few jokes on that one.
Okay.
Wednesday.
But anyway, back to what we were saying. Yeah, I literally said boo fucking who. Then I go and put up a thing saying, hey, guys, I'm going to do a show right now about AEW Full Gear. Here's the phone number. Or you can come to the chat if you'd like to call in. Here you go. Delete. We can't allow your post on our page because it is you are promoting your show.
Okay, so promotion. All right.
But I'm like, I didn't say give me money. I said, please. You want to talk about AEW Full Gear. You want to talk about good old Sir Kenneth Omega. Please, we giving you an open forum.
The funniest tweet I saw about that was someone actually said, rest easy, Kenny. I'm like, dude, he's injured, not dead.
Well, that was the other thing, too. Someone posted, what got me was, with these people stepping into the ring with Kenny Omega, they were made dogs, as in guys like Moxley, Jungle Boy. I go, hold your fucking horses.
Okay, I got something I want to add to this. I got to add to this. Now, everybody, well, I don't know if you guys, Chris, I don't know if you, this Sunday I went to a sports collectible place and I met Howard Johnson of the New York Mets, formerly of the Mets. Now, I'm in there, I'm wearing, now, I purposely wore it just because I wanted to see if I was going to get a reaction, and I did gain a reaction. I wore my Hangman Page Bullet Club shirt under my Mets shirt. Now, before I went into the signing, I had the shirt, I just had the jersey on over the shirt. You can still see the Hangman Page shirt. Now, I walk into this collectible place. My girlfriend and I were there with a friend of ours. And I see this girl come in. She's about, I want to say about 26, 27 years old. I'm guessing. With a Bullet Club purse. Right? And I stand there, so I turn around. I'm wearing a Bullet Club hoodie and a Hangman Page shirt. You know what the first words out of her mouth were? Ronnie, I didn't tell you this. I wanted to wait for live. I wanted to get genuine reaction.
Oh, no.
Isn't it a shame Omega got screwed last night? What's the first words out of her mouth?
Omega got screwed.
Screwed.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, and I said, I didn't see the show last night, but I heard Hangman Page won the title. I'm proud of Hangman Page. I'm a big fan of Hangman Page. And she just looked at me like I had turds hanging out of my nose and turned around and walked away.
So, alright, this is coming off a Dirt Sheet Radio. This is exactly what the guy put, and I had to stop
no
him.
Comment on that, Ronnie?
Oh, I'll get to it. But you have to hear this shit. This is coming from Dirt Sheet Radio. This is from good old Tuna.
Tuna Meltzer.
346 days of greatness from Kenny Omega. Get. Holding multiple world titles at once, defending against top stars over this side of the world, literally putting AEW on his shoulders as the new era was ushered in and a new roster began to take shape. Sorry, I keep sucking much. If I keep sucking much dick, I'll turn into fucking Ibushi.
Wait a minute.
Or Snooki.
Oh, wait. It gets better. Helping put over multiple talents. Like Dante Martin, Jungle Boy, Rey Fenix, and ultimately Hangman Page. Thank you, Kenny. You can rest now.
He's not dead!
First off,
you can rest now, dude! He's getting surgery! He's not dead! Holy fuck, you dramatic piece of shit!
First off, let's just go through these names. Dante Martin. Did Kenny Omega ever have a match with Dante Martin?
Don't forget that 5-star match you had with Sonny Kiss.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. You're missing. You're missing a frame. Hold on. You're missing something there.
Minus 5 stars.
Oh, God.
That actually fits there.
And
I want
that
to
great...
get your take on what happened this weekend, though.
Hold on. Let's finish this real quick, and I'll say. Go ahead, Chris. Finish up.
And that great match he had with Joey Janela where he never even, sold a table spot? Yeah.
And to answer your question, that's what I like to call a fair weather fan. Because if you know anything about Kenny Omega, listen, is Kenny Omega a great wrestler? Yes. When he wants to wrestle. AKA, he is the Randy fucking Orton of AEW. Because when Randy wants to wrestle, Randy can put on a fucking clinic. When Kenny wants to wrestle, which 90% of the time it's him wrestling New Japan guys.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this. I know it goes against the cult of Omega.
I need to make that a shirt. The Cult of Omega.
The cult of Omega. But
Thank you, Chris.
wasn't, I don't know. I mean, the champions that really put AEW on the map were Jericho and Moxley.
When it came to Omega's matches, name me a match that was actually decent in AEW.
But thing is, when Kenny Omega had his championship matches, you never thought he was ever in any danger of losing. Where Mox, every match, you're like, maybe he loses. Who knows? Like, it was more entertaining. I mean, yes, Omega's more technical and all that, but the thing is, Mox has Mox has the intangibles. Same as how Jericho had the intangibles, even as a heel. Like, they really put AEW on its back in the first couple of years and made it something. All of a sudden, Omega gets the title after Crowd's comeback, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So basically, anything Jericho and Mox did, or Mox really, because he was the champion during the pandemic era, is shit compared to them. Or is shit according to these people. And I'm like, wait a minute. Mox had a hell of a lot of good matches for the world title.
Yeah.
Where, I'm sorry, most of the Omega matches really, well, on pay-per-view, the best Omega Championship match I saw, besides the Hangman Adam Page one, which I admit I fell asleep during because of other circumstances, but the only other championship match I really liked that Omega had was the one with Danielson. That was it.
But that was a draw.
Yeah. And he made Dante Martin. Are you kidding me?
Wait, it gets better. So then it said that he made Jungle Boy. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. If you want to say Omega made Jungle Boy, you would have never had that match on 2 weeks later on fucking Dynamite. That would have been a build to a pay-per-view.
Wait. Didn't Jungle Boy also get beaten down and embarrassed during the end of that match by the whole Elite?
Yeah, all 12 members of it.
Yeah.
That's not making somebody.
No, and let's face it, Jungle Boy was made by the fans. He got over organically.
Jungle Boy really got over last Saturday night.
Oh no, he got over. He became maybe not a main event talent, but he became a made man on Saturday.
Well, also, if they ever wanted to shock people, they could point to that match as the beginning of Jungle Boy's dark turn.
Right. I don't think you need to turn him heel.
Do.
I don't think you need to turn him heel. I think the fact that you're getting him, he's looking more like a fucking adult now. He doesn't, dude. Him growing that little bit of scruff makes him look more like a man than a fucking boy. Him clean shaven looks like he looks like he's fucking 14.
Well,
look at
I'm
it this way,
saying.
too. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Sorry. What I'm saying is, Jungle Boy did something that he didn't want to do.
Right. Okay.
To doing, which was bash the head out of the dude with the chair on another chair. So if Jungle Boy ever turns, they could point to Christian being the one. How like he's listening to more Christian than Luchasaurus.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But you know what it is? Here's the thing too with Jungle Boy. Look, he's been wrestling for only a brief time. He hasn't been wrestling that many years.
Right.
But here's the thing too. He's only, what, 21 or 22 or 23 years old, I forget.
Like 23,
I don't know
think.
his exact age. But you got to understand, he hasn't really, and I know this is going to sound weird, but you'll understand it in a minute. He hasn't really developed his body yet. He's still got a young body. If he were to put on some muscle weight and some body weight to him and add muscle to that, he could be a freaking Adonis.
Right.
And this kid has got the charisma. If he could, his body gets a little more defined. And I'm sorry, I hate to do this, but the name recognition doesn't hurt. Having who his father was. I know he wants to cut out his own niche.
I mean, he already
get
did.
that, but-
He did, though. Why not now
But you know
use his
what?
father's name? Why not use the name? Why not use Perry? Use it. Like, now you can use it because you've gotten over without having to use... I mean, you went under the anonymous name. It wasn't until JR started calling him Jack that anyone knew that that was his
Yeah, I
fucking
thought it was
kid.
Jake. Wasn't it Jake? Is it
He's been
Jake
calling him
Perry?
Jungle Boy Jack.
I thought it was Jake Perry. I thought his name was. I thought his name was
But
Jake.
I'm saying JR's been calling him Jack.
All right, but the whole thing is, it's like, if you really wanted to turn him heel, he could take, you know what, I mean, it's almost verbatim. What they could do with him, and, well, this is the wrestling business, it's an AEW, so they'll never do it, but they could take him, if they decided to turn him heel, he could say, I have all my Hollywood connections, all my dad's connections, I'm doing the movies, I'm doing TV, there's going to be another face of Perry on your TV screens, just like my father, and I'm going to take on his legacy type of thing. He could be that shit-eating heel if
Yep.
it's done right. But, hence, like I said, this is AEW where they fuck everything up, and those little marks there want them to sign every WWE cast-off. It won't happen.
I'll say this. The one thing right now, when MJF came out and said the 4 pillars of AEW, they've at least kept to those 4 pillars. They've not fucked them over. Meaning guys like MJF, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Guevara and Sammy.
To build on to what John said, it's perfect. Because if he ever turns heel, he gets rid of the Jungle Boy moniker, because that's a babyface thing.
Right.
He Hollywood Jack Perry.
I mean,
Or
all he has to
Hollywood-
do...
Hollywood Perry.
Yeah.
Well, Hollywood Perry.
I mean, shit. Just grab his dad's leather jacket. Literally do the 90210 gimmick.
No, you know what? I think if he's going to do it, keep the longer hair because...
Oh, no,
I don't wanna
I don't mean cut the hair. I'm saying, like, the jeans and jacket.
You know, he can come out with that, I'm from Hollywood, I matter, you don't. You know, you couldn't afford what I spend in a day what you guys make in a year. You know, it's like, I mean, there's so many things, if you wanted to turn him heel, there are so many directions you could take the character.
Right.
Because it practically writes itself.
All right, and then...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like he could have it, Taraj, come out with a man bun and a little coffee. Like basically being the Hollywood shit actor that everybody hates. I mean, the reason why I said Hollywood Jack Perry, since Jim Ross is already calling him Jack Perry.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
I mean, or just use them.
All right, you were dropping out.
No, there you go. Sorry, I something fucked up.
But it's just, you know, I mean, do I want to see him a heel? Eventually, I wouldn't mind seeing a heel run from him. But, you know, like he turns on the Lucha, like on the Jurassic, I almost called him Lucha House Party. But no, Jurassic.
No,
like,
here's the
I
thing.
don't
You don't turn him on. You don't turn. If you're gonna turn him, you turn Luchasaurus too, and you get rid of the mask. You have him kill fucking Spud. Or Spud,
Marco Stunt.
Stunt. The fucking midget. You have him, when a dude's taller, when my wife is taller than somebody, you're short.
See, I don't think that. I think what you do is they've already started to plant the seeds with it. Have Jungle Boy or Perry go with Christian.
Right, but I'm saying as though if you take the mask off of Luchasaurus, you can make him the bodyguard too, because he's wrestled without the mask.
You can almost make him like a Shawn Michaels Diesel situation.
Right.
See, I would turn him. I would turn him on Luchasaurus.
No, you know what? I agree. I no disrespect, Chris, but I agree with Ronnie on this one. You know, it's like if they want to make those guys serious contenders for tag titles or main event titles, you turn them both and you get rid of the midget. You get rid of Stunt. Because right now, he's the one that's making this a comedy act.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and without him, then you got a legitimate contenders right there for either world titles, TNT, TBS, whatever the fucking titles they come up for that week, or
the tag.
The tag titles. You know, drop the fucking Jurassic name. You know, and say we're from Hollywood. You know, we're the Hollywood Bright. You know, call themselves Hollywood Bright Lights or something along those lines. Something that the crowds could just go, fuck you. Who cares where you're from?
But like,
you know, if you want to get heat, that's how you get heat.
Go look at Luchasaurus when he was in ECW. Because he was actually in WWE ECW for a hot coffee, for a cup of coffee, and he actually.
Braden Walker.
But I'm saying he wrestled without the mask. He's got fucking tattoos. He looks Hollywood. He looks Hollywood as fuck without the mask.
Right.
So that would work, and especially if you put him with the, without the, what's it called, with Jungle Boy, and you make Jungle Boy the Shawn Michaels type, it might work.
The problem with that is, eventually Shawn and Jeez will break up, and
Right.
that's when you have Lucha go face again.
But that's fine. But at the same time, to spin off of that, you need to get rid of Marco. So the first thing to turn them both heel would be a good thing, because you can keep the tag team going. You can change Luchasaurus too, and you can now have introduced Luchasaurus as whatever his character's going to be, and get him over, or get him introduced to the crowd, so when they turn him face, he doesn't have to put on the mask again. He can just be him, and he is a baby face.
See, the thing is, I think the crowd likes Luchasaurus too much, and what I would do, I would have Perry with Christian turn on Luchasaurus, and also, you know, by way of turning on Luchasaurus, basically they beat down Marco Stunt. Because then Luchasaurus, being Stunt's friend, gets that sympathy that you wouldn't normally get from just, like, you know, two assholes beating up a big guy. Like, all right, you're a big guy. But all of a sudden oh my God, he has a heart. He wants to save his friend. And I think that would give him that sympathy thing to even drive him a little further for a top baby face. And then you would have Perry get booed out of the damn building.
Yeah. I mean, it's hearsay right now, so we'll figure that out. I want to get to this final name on this list, though.
Yeah.
And that's Ray Phoenix. Excuse me? What? What the fuck did Kenny Omega do to put over Ray Phoenix?
Wait, what?
Ray Phoenix. They're saying Omega put over Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix didn't need to be put over. He was already a fucking over.
There's a little company that went out of business that showed back up in MLW, and we have to ring the bell every fucking time. Yeah, Lucha Underground made Ray Phoenix.
That's what I just said. Ray Phoenix was over already.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be put fucking over.
Chris, what do we have to do every time we say Lucha Underground? I don't even think Chris, can you hear me?
I think we lost.
Chris.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, what happens every time we mention Lucha Underground?
Oh, Lucha Underground. Ray Phoenix was like the babyface.
Oh yeah, you also gotta ring the bell.
I mean, he was like, Phoenix was the babyface.
Oh yeah. But yeah, oh well, Kenny Omega made Ray Phoenix. Bullshit. Bull to the shit, my friends. Ray Phoenix was over, and people knew him. People knew of him from.
Oh, Phoenix was like top babyface. It was Phoenix and Ricochet as Prince Puma. They were the top babyface.
Yeah, and Penta was the fucking top heel.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It was Pentagon and Mil Muerte.
yes. Who's the one that always came out in the fucking headdress? The Hunter. Who's the fucking Hunter?
That's Escobar now.
Yeah, that's Escobar.
That is Hijo del Fantasma. Okay. Escobar.
Boy, has shit.
You were talking about that fucking guy I couldn't stand.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta find that soundbite. Just ring the bell.
He came out with that dumbass deer costume.
Yeah, now he's one of the most over heels in fucking NXT.
Yeah, first thing I was like, yeah, you're in NXT. Yeah, get rid of that deer shit.
Yeah, now it's a culture thing, and now he's teamed up with Zima Ion.
Dude, Santos Escobar can talk his ass off, bro.
Listen, that's one of the best faction going in NXT right now. That is one of the
That's all I
absolute.
bring up.
What? What did I say?
Bring up to the main roster and then release them all.
Yeah, right. Well, they gotta get their Hispanic notes in there somehow, so they'll probably get rid of the chick first, and they'll get rid of Zima Ion next.
Oh, I
be bad,
remember,
be released.
I remember his name in Lucha Underground. King Cuerno.
King Cuerno, yeah. Oh, Jesus. I still think the funniest thing that we've ever seen was the, what was it, the Sex God 2? Joey Janela's alter ego, where we thought it was, we thought he was Escobar. We thought he was fucking King not Cuerno, when we thought it was, fucking looked like, the guy from Lucha Underground. The fucking referee. You remember that? The guy in CZW?
He had the, like, I remember whenever they showed promos of King Cuerno, he had this goofy cowboy outfit on and then a hat with the
Yeah.
mask. Like, he looked so dumb.
And then you figure out that fucking Jeff Cobb was, oh, what the fuck was he in Lucha Underground? He was the fucking, the guy that was in the mask that was with, Cuerno. Or not Cuerno, with Escobar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck was his name? I forget his fucking name now. God damn it. It was fucking Jeff Cobb, though. Was it Mil Mask? No, it wasn't Mil Mask. It was. Type.
What? I mean, Cuerno, like, he was with Mil Muerte for a bit.
That's who it was.
Yeah. And then he was with Marty the Moth for a bit.
God, he's a guy that needs fucking work. And Marty the Moth hasn't gotten shit.
Jack Evans for a bit when they went against Angelico. People forget that one.
Yep.
I think. Oh, he was with King Cuerno had a big feud, wasn't it? Didn't he have a feud with Drago?
He had a feud with Drago, and then he had a feud with Ivelisse. Oh no, with Sexy Star.
Oh God!
Because remember, the first ever woman to win title on TV was Sexy Star, and then she dropped it next week.
Oh yeah.
But all right, so
back on topic.
So you know what? Let's go through Full Gear, and then we'll go into the movie topic that we wanted to talk about. All right.
And don't forget, we had the bus flip.
Oh, well, don't trust me. We'll get to the bus flip. It's now like turning into a fucking boat flip. You can turn WWE's release roster into 2K22.
Wrong.
No, all right. So your buy-in match was Sheeta and Thunder Rosa defeating Jamie Hayter with the Rey Mysterio mask on her ass versus Nyla I Have a Dick Rose. Wait, what? 12 minutes, 32 seconds.
Okay.
I
didn't see the match. I didn't see the paper.
No, it was the right people went over. Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose. No, this was just we need to throw something on a pre-show, and here you go.
All right, so I got Hayter and Rose. Who'd they go against?
Sheeta and Rosa. And Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Dick. Thunder Dick.
Yeah. Sheeta and Thunder Rosa won. Alright, next match. Yeah, I had nothing on there. MJF defeated Darby Allin by pinfall.
I heard this was a good match from what I've read.
This is my match of the night.
This was really good. It was weird because when it was live, it was also I was watching that in the Notre Dame game, so my attentions were like split and divided. I mean, it was a damn good match. I think it was a little long. I mean, just a bit too long.
So it went 22 minutes and 6 seconds. It really didn't feel like it was that long.
Felt a lot longer than that.
Yeah, right?
Shit, either that or, man, they fucking... Well, the first quarter of the game was them running the football all over the place, so that quarter went flying by.
So this was the second longest wrestling match on the card. Now, I say that because the Falls Count Anywhere match was longer, but that's not a wrestling match.
Which one?
Falls Count. Lucha and... Lucha versus the Super Click.
Oh, not the quote-unquote street fight.
No, the Minnesota Street Fight was short as shit compared to that.
Horrible.
We'll get to it. But Darby Allin, MJF, in my opinion, this might be my match of the night. Because these guys fucking went out and put on a fucking wrestling clinic. As much as MJF, we all know MJF likes to talk shit, he proved that he can fucking wrestle. And the fact that, yes, he cheated to win, but the fact that he won by a headlock takeover just puts a stamp to how much of a douchebag he is.
Well, he said he was going to win by a headlock takeover because Darby Allin couldn't wrestle. Darby Allin looked damn good wrestling. I like that. I like that it was a damn good match.
There was more chain wrestling in this match than anything else. Like, there was so much chain wrestling in this match, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. I love how MJF won, though, because he got the ring, he punched Darby Allin with the ring, and then he did the headlock takeover when Darby was already out on his feet from the illegal foreign object.
Yep.
Such a heel way to win.
But, at the same time, it did not hurt Darby. And it saved MJF. It saved MJF face because MJF kind of needed that win.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, Darby Allin needs to fucking kind of cut a lot of this shit out. I'll wait for this dude to be in a fucking wheelchair.
Well, Darby continues to do the crazy shit, he will be in a wheelchair.
I mean, doing the coffin drop to the outside and doing the coffin drop to the apron? Come on, like, stop.
Well, the thing is, that's what's going to happen. Darby's going to be a lot like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but Hardy also knew to take calculated risk.
But what I'm saying, like, he's going to be like Jeff Hardy in the fact that, like, even on a bigger show, it's like, say, like, he does a pay-per-view and shit like that. I could see Darby jumping from the damn rafters.
Yeah, and that's the scary part, because he does not use any fucking crash pad. At least when you look at Jeff Hardy at least is using fucking crash pads when he needs to.
Who knows?
Great example. Look at when Hardy jumped off the fucking rafters. When he jumped onto Randy Orton off the scaffolding. Yeah, you knew he went through a goddamn crash pad. You saw the crash pad. That's the funny part too. You saw it. He does not hide the fact that he jumps on a crash pad. But at the same time, he understands that he will jump off a fucking cage when needed. But he takes calculated risk.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's the thing that's the biggest knock with Darby Allin is, like, he's going to do some crazy shit and eventually put himself in an early, like, hospital.
The fact that he did a coffin drop through a coffin to the floor, like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost John.
No, he went to the bathroom.
No, he actually dropped out of the call.
Shit.
That might have been by accident, but I'll just send him a new one. But no, like, the match was great. Like, the match was fucking amazing. 22 minutes and 6 seconds. It did not feel like a 22-minute match.
Like I said, at that time I was watching, I was like, deeply entrenched in the game because it had yet to be a beatdown.
Right.
It was being a beatdown, but wasn't a beatdown yet. But I was watching the match, it just felt long because I guess I was in the second quarter. I'm like, God damn, this match is going on forever.
Then you realized, oh shit, it's...
Yeah. See, I mean, I thought it was a damn good match, but it was not my favorite match of the card.
And I'm interested to see. I honestly like this match because it was something different. It was a chain wrestling match, and every kick out actually meant something. It wasn't like a Japanese match where like you had 15 falsies.
True.
This was something where, yeah, you had false finishes, but it made sense. Where it wasn't like finisher, kick out. It was, oh, you got a 2 count, but you're holding my arms down to the mat. I gotta pick it up. I gotta bridge out. Like, it was chain wrestling, but which made sense. That's what I really liked, because you don't see that often in pro wrestling anymore. And to see something minute like that is very nice.
Yeah.
It's a palate cleanser. The problem is good luck having to follow this.
Yeah, that's not a palate cleanser when you empty the tank in the first
No.
match.
Which then, to follow this, you have the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix, taking on FTR.
Yeah,
And
I totally forgot about it.
And regaining the titles in 18 minutes, 36 seconds. There was fuckery in this match. They went and put on their ding and dong helmets or masks.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I fucking hate Windows fucking updates. They can kiss my fucking ass.
I kind of thought that's what happened.
I went to go take a piss. I come back and my computer's like, currently doing updates. I'm like, you motherfucking piece of shit.
We just done
Can't
talking.
even take a piss without an update. What is it, what do they work for, AEW?
So, we just got done talking about the MJF match. We're on the next match, which was Lucha Brothers beating FTR.
Like I said, I forgot that match even existed.
So, they put their ding and dong face masks on, and Cash got pinned instead of Dak. So they're going to lead to another match. Honest to God, no, don't really give a shit. Okay, this is okay. I'd like to see less choreographed matches when it comes to the tag team division. Because that's what it seems like we're getting a lot of with guys like the Lucha Brothers, the Bucks. You're not seeing a lot of normal wrestling. You're seeing a lot of choreographed matches.
Seeing a lot of cheerleading routines.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It has a spot for it sometimes, but at the same time, it does not deserve to be every other match. It does not deserve to be that. You have, like, especially on this card, where you had a Falls Count Anywhere match and a street fight. So you had a 2 multi-man matches and a regular tag match. Did you not think you wanted to try something maybe a little different? Be outside the box? But I really have nothing else on this. Chris, do you? Oh, I just,
Sorry, it was.
I just saw that you were on
something on-
mute. I just saw that you were on mute. No, did you have anything else on this match before I can move on?
I was on mute because I was eating something, and I was about to say you've talked more about FTR and the Lucha Brothers than most people remember.
John, do you have any thoughts about this match? I know you didn't watch it, but do you have any thoughts about this match?
Not really, because you know what it is. It's like this match was like when FTR was supposed to be the baby faces when they first came in, you know, and it's just rehashing the same old shit.
So we can all say, without legitly saying this, we can all be serious and say, fuck the Revival. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Alright, your next match was your AEW Elimination Tournament Final, where Bryan Danielson defeated Miro by submission, and he will now get an AEW title match. 20 minutes and 6 seconds. I think this match was supposed to go longer, but I think Miro knocked himself out on a DDT.
I heard about that.
They beat the shit out of each other.
See, this is my favorite match on the card because Danielson and Miro beat the holy hell out of each other.
Right.
And Danielson elevated Miro in the process. Which is what I love.
Right.
I mean, it was a smart match. It was a brutal match. And the right man won. Even though now with the babyface champ, you can totally see Miro taking on Hangman Page. But you also elevated Miro as the Redeemer because the Redeemer is awesome.
Right.
And it was crazy because, like, Danielson was getting beaten from pillar to post. I mean, he tried to do, like, certain things to try to take him out, and Miro kept meeting him at everything and just beating the hell out of him and throwing him around the freaking ring. Like, it was ridiculous. And then Danielson finally caught, like, a Miro mistake and got him down on the mat and he was able to do something. But whenever Danielson tried to run into him with a knee or whatever, he was getting, like, thwarted. Like, that's what I liked the psychology that Danielson had to wait for Miro to screw up and then capitalize.
But you know what? The one thing about, which is nice with matches like these, and John, you can answer this too because it's got nothing really to do with about the match. Guys like Danielson, guys like Punk, this is what they should be doing with a company like AEW. Where, okay, Miro might not be the AEW guy. He still has a name as of WWE. But he's still there as a name elevating other talent. Doesn't mean he's winning, doesn't mean he's losing, it's whatever. But he's still protecting the other guys.
Right.
Like, yeah, Danielson wins, but he still elevated Miro, where as much as Miro was a WWE product, he's now trying to make a niche for himself as just a regular wrestler. Let's face it, even though Daniel Bryan was known as WWE, he is still the king of the indies. He is still an ROH guy like Punk was.
Right.
Punk used his indie name to get big on WWE. Someone like Seth Rollins, who, I mean, shit, how many people know him as Tyler Black that came in? Or Jon Moxley. Like,
Well, can I ask a question? Can either one of you give me access to watch this? Because I have not. Nobody put it on YouTube this year.
yeah, I can see what I can do when we get off the air.
No, because I mean, you're talking about this. It's like I feel bad I can't add anything. Is because I didn't see it. Because usually somebody puts it on YouTube and I usually record it and then I watch it. Nobody did that this time.
Yeah, I can
I
see.
have-
I can probably get you something when we go off the air.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yep. But no, I mean Danielson knocks out. Literally, they say it's a technical submission. No. Bryan Danielson knocks out Miro by DDTing him off the top rope. Miro spikes his fucking head off the top rope. Then he gets put in the label lock and he taps while he's blacked out. Even Taz, was it Excalibur, goes, he tapped, but he passed out. I've never seen that before. I go, yeah, because he didn't know.
Yeah, he like went to tap. The ref looks like, did he tap? Because there's one time, like, I think Danielson had his legs in something, and he looked like he tapped out. I'm like, oh shit, he tapped out, but he slammed the mat twice and then moved. Like he tapped out. So when he got the headlock on him, when he got the thing at the end of the match, like, and Miro, like, I don't know if he tapped out or passed out. All I know is the ref stopped it. So.
Yep. Danielson is your number one contender, which leads to your next match, the Falls Count Anywhere match. Christian Cage and Jungle Express taking on the Super Click, who was decked out in all fucking pink. Holy shit, can you fucking kiss more ass? You are not the Hart Foundation. Do not try to be it.
It had a lot.
They're not Mount Rushmore yet. They can't be Mount Rushmore yet.
No, so they came out with pink gear, and I mean like neon pink, like it hurts your eyes pink. And the Young Bucks dyed their hair and beards pink. Like, it was obnoxious.
Oh, it was very obnoxious.
This match went 22 minutes and 35 seconds. Ends with Jungle Boy hitting a concerto on, I think it was Matt Jackson. It's one of the Young Bucks. And getting the pin.
Yeah.
This match, I mean, had a little bit of everything, but at the same time, instead of a shoe, you're like this. You know how they do the thumbtack shoe, John?
Right.
They did a thumbtack knee pad.
Oh god.
And they did the V-trigger knee on Jungle Boy, like the BTE V-trigger, and each one of them did it with the fucking knee pad on with the thumbtacks. So I'm like, okay, it was still corny as shit because the move doesn't mean shit, but I'm like, all right, you're trying to make it look dangerous by using thumbtacks, and it took Luchasaurus to break it up. So they're making it, they were at least trying to make it believable that it could end the match, and I'm like, alright, I'll give it credit there. But, I mean, it had a little bit of everything. I mean, the wrestling was good, the fucking brawling outside, but then they were staying in the ring a little bit too long, in my opinion. When it got out of the ring, that's when the fucking shit got good.
Right.
Yeah. Chris, what about you? What do you think?
With the street fight?
Yeah, the Falls Count Anywhere. The Falls Count Anywhere.
The only thing that really was the story was Jungle Boy basically being coaxed to do something he didn't want to do, that he completely stands against, where he hits, who was it, Nick or Matt?
It was one of the Young Bucks. I don't even know. Yeah.
The thing that had me laughing was, you could tell Adam Cole gigged himself, but the thing is, I guess he either go deep enough or he didn't think of thinning the blood a little bit when he did it, because he digged himself and it looked good for maybe about 10 seconds. And then it seriously looked like somebody just hit him in the face with tomatoes. It was like way too dry blood. If it was, it looked like somebody made like the hand of Saruman was like red on forehead. Like, that's all. I'm like, man, it just does not look good at all. And then you can tell Adam Cole even noticing it doesn't, so he tries to like put his hair down to hide it. That shit had me laughing.
Yeah.
But Jungle Boy being coached by Christian to basically give in to the dark, that was cool.
Jungle Boy, they're finally, like I said, it's making him a made guy. They're finally starting to maybe not make him a main eventer yet, but they're making him a main player, like where you can see him going forward being a bigger star.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not because Kenny Omega. It started with him winning that, winning the Battle Royal. It started with that. It had nothing to do with Kenny Omega getting in the match with him. Actually, it actually helped him for the sole fact that Kenny Omega needed 12 other fucking people to beat Jungle Boy. But
Kenny Omega with the Elite was just with like against Jungle Boy. They didn't make him. They embarrassed him.
yeah, he got over with the crowd. I mean, the fact the theme song has been so over with the crowd, Jungle Boy got himself over. And I mean, shit, if you didn't know who Jungle Boy was, if you weren't a PWG fan, I can understand that. He got himself over with the crowd because it is what it is. It's just that. It's exactly that.
Right.
But, no, Concerto for the win. I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright, next match. We have Cody Rhodes and Pac defeating Malachi Black and Andrade. Tag team match for 16 minutes, 52 seconds.
Now, this is what I heard. I'm sorry to cut you off on it.
No.
This is what I heard where Malachi Black got hurt in the match.
I didn't see if he got actually hurt.
Because he was supposed to be a big event this weekend, but he was supposed to be there Sunday. But they said due to injury at the pay-per-view last night, he was unable to appear. So apparently that's why I was in. Did he get hurt during the match?
Not that I saw, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, when you get me this thing, I'll have to go back and look at it. So when I'm able to watch it,
Yeah,
I'll be able to see.
I might have
if I
to.
can find out where.
When I get done today, I'll tape. I'll see what I can do about getting the replay up so I can forward it to you.
Yeah, please do, because I want to. This is the first time I've missed an AEW pay-per-view since they started.
Chris, they have a replay of the NGI. Did you want it? Did you want that? Chris?
Did we lose Chris again?
He might have just walked away. John, did you want that too? Did you want that?
What is it?
The NGI, the Nick Gage Invitational.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Okay, because the thing I have has the replays of that, so I can probably get it.
I would love to watch that. Yeah, definitely.
This match. Okay, I caught some shit for this too, because everyone's bitching about Cody Rhodes not turning heel.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, I didn't hear you. Did you want the NGI? I don't even know if he can hear me.
I don't know if he can either because he keeps
Yeah,
breaking in it.
Yeah, did you want the Nick Gage Invitational? I got a spot that has a copy of it. Did you want it?
I guess. I mean, I didn't see it yet.
No,
so,
neither.
Yeah, I guess.
Neither have I. That's what I'm saying. But I can get it. I have the same place that I've been watching AEW has the NGI on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want those, yeah.
So Cody Rhodes and Pac. So I caught shit about this, and someone's like, "Oh well, Cody Rhodes will never turn heel. Will never turn heel. Will never turn heel." Me and Chris actually talked about this.
Oh, quick thing. Can you back up from your mic a little bit? Just like it's distorting.
How's that?
All right, cool.
Um,
Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it does get a little loud, Ronnie. When you're too close, it does sound
Okay.
very distorted. It does get a little loud.
Okay. Well, anyway, so, but we were talking about this, and it's like, oh, Cody Rhodes needs to turn heel. Me and Chris have talked about this, saying that he thinks it's more, his theory is more of what Cody said about the home and away, where fans will cheer for who they want to cheer and boo for who they want to boo.
Right.
I personally think Cody Rhodes has already turned heel. From his gear, to how he wins matches, to how he talks to the crowd. He's literally doing the Superman effect, where he thinks he's doing nothing wrong, but to other people, he's the bad guy.
So he's basically himself. And fans like, boo!
Yep.
The thing is, like, fans want him to turn heel because it's what they know is par for the course in wrestling.
Right.
And if you're Cody, who's doing a game show, who's basically the face ambassador of AEW, like, it's stupid to be a heel on TV. Like, well, I play heel on TV, but outside, I'm not really this way. Like, it doesn't bode well, especially when you're trying to be the face of AEW, like, for ambassadorship, or like marketing and shit like that. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
So, I like Cody's, what he said, it's almost like certain cities, like a home game for him, and then there are other ones that's an away game. I like that analogy.
Right.
Because in Atlanta, Georgia, he'll get cheered.
Right.
In New York, he'll get booed.
See, to me, like I said, I always like the fact that the way his gear is and stuff like that, I always thought he was already a heel. Because if you remember, like, look at his gear. He literally is being Homelander. Homelander legitimately thinks he's doing nothing wrong. To the point where the people are actually trying to be like, oh no, he's evil. We gotta stop him. So the fans, and yet in his mind, he's thinking he's doing nothing wrong. He is being himself. He is doing what he has to do to save face. Okay, and guess what? Then the crowd wins. Crowd does what they want to do. It's kind of the same thing as the home and away, fine. But in my mind, I always think he's already a heel because of how he acts. He's winning matches by dick kick on a couple times. He's won matches by kicking someone in the dick. That's a heel thing.
I mean, that's a tweener thing. It's like, it's a heel thing, face thing. The thing is, like, Cody, like, the thing is, AEW fans don't like Cody because, well,
They think he's Triple H light.
Yeah, it's like Triple H light, and then it's like, well, he's on TV. He has a reality show. He's this. He's that. He's blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, so you hate Cody Rhodes because he's doing shit to put AEW on the map and make it more popular.
Oh, and the other thing is, too, is did you not know who his father was? His father, besides being in WWE, pretty much ran the book for TNA and NWA.
I mean, it just makes me think. It really drives home the thing where I've always called the AEW fanboys like the hipster douches of the wrestling scene, because like the hipster douche in the music scene, it's like, well, a band will get big. Well, I liked them before they got big. It's like, oh yeah, their first album. No. I'm talking about their demo that they only released like 5 times, and you had to be a special. You had to get it their first show. Like
You
that
had to
shit.
you had to be in the Columbia Records group where you got it for 99 discs for $1.
Yeah, like that. That's what I see. Like when the hipster fans come after Cody, it's like, Cody sucks now. I liked him back when he first joined New Japan. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, shut up, you hipster dudes. That's like people going like, I like their album. I like their first record. The one they released on a tape recorder when they had no money.
And it sounded like a. What was the fucking? I don't want to botch the fucking line. It sounds like a It sounds like a fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pit farting on the snare drum, and
Pit farting on a snare drum.
it sounds like someone stepping on my nuts.
Yeah, and a band's like, I don't know why you think that was like a public recording. It wasn't. That was a demo we recorded for us in the band to work things. Your stupid ass decided to steal it, and now you're saying it's our greatest recording? Shut up! I mean, that's what it's like. It's like, well, I liked Cody back before. I'm like, oh my God, shut up! And it's the only reason they're on Malachi Black is because he just came in.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
You are not wrong at all.
I might need because of crackers. Hold on.
No, you're fine. But anyway, we'll move on to the next match. John, did you have any opinion on this?
Like I said, I really can't speculate on this because I have.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general about like the with Cody and just with the whole thing with Cody and all that.
I just think it's funny that Cody's doing this reality show where he's showing his wife with the baby and stuff, and it's kind of like, let's see, WWE did that too with the Miz and Mrs., but that show is popular and your show nobody kind of cares about. Because I kind of watched it and it kind of bored me to tears. I'm sorry to say, it's like it's showing less of his home life and more of the same shit we see on AEW television anyway. So what are you really showing us that's different about your home life? You know, you're not really showing anything. If you're going to do a reality show, do it based on your fucking life with Brandy. Not, oh, well, we're going to have a baby, but let's talk about the wrestling product. Just my opinion there.
Right. What was that?
What was what? What was what?
On. Roads
mute now.
to the rotten.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jim Cornette. Sorry, that's what he calls it.
Yeah. Alright, so the next we have Britt Baker, DMD, defeating Ty Conti. 15 minutes, 24 seconds. Who gives a shit?
Well,
I love... listen, Britt Baker, great, fine. Ty Conti is not good. She is greener. She is still greener than goose shit. Why isn't Ruby Soho the match on pay-per-view?
Well, all right. The thing is, they've been trying to build Ty Conti up as this fighter type thing. That's why they had the whole like video package of her with the gi on and the black belt. And if you're gonna push her that way, like the fighter type, don't have her come out in the beginning of the thing and do a stupid little dance.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, we don't need to see her shaking her ass. Thank you.
Yeah, if you're gonna have her like, this is the biggest match of her life, the most serious fight, then wouldn't she come out almost like a fighter? I'm not saying the black belt and all that shit. Leave that shit at home. God knows I hated that shit in NXT when she came out with the fucking gi and the black belt. I was like, leave that shit alone, please, God. Because that was the best thing she ever did, was like, all right, you know, I put the belt on my knee pad. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Good. Don't put it around your goddamn waist anymore when you're wrestling. You look like a moron. But, I mean, it was a decent match. The fact that Baker won by roll-up.
Yeah, that was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, couldn't get a lockjaw. It's like, so they planted something there that if they ever wanted to revisit it and say Conti was ready to be champion, she could go, well, I want to take you on. I want another shot, but I don't want a regular match. I want me and you in a cage so no one can interfere, submission match. No lucky roll-ups this time. Like, basically, the only way you can win is submission.
Right.
And the cage keep Rebel and Hater out of it.
Right.
That's if they wanted to actually make her legitimate like that. But I don't think they do. I think probably the next thing is either Thunder Rosa or they're going to revisit Ruby again. Which they should do, because that's a hell of a feud. And they blew it off on one episode of Dynamite.
Yeah?
It's so dumb.
No, I fully agree with that. That it is.
You're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like, that's why I felt a little bit of a way with the Ty Conti thing for a pay-per-view. It's like, wait a minute, you have Ruby Soho and you have Britt Baker's nemesis in Thunder Rosa, but you bury them in the TBS tournament where, I'm sorry, the logo of that belt looks horrible. They said it on Cornette, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's true. The logo looks like it says hose.
Hose on top.
It's the Golden Hose title. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bad.
We can move on from that. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. Alright, so next we have CM Punk beating Eddie Kingston, 11 minutes on the fucking nose.
This was a fight.
It was a legit shoot fight from what I've heard.
It was. So the cool thing about this is, though, is they're not done. This is going to be, because the way it ended, it took one go to sleep to beat Kingston. Punk went to go shake Kingston's hand. Kingston rolled out of the fucking ring. This feud is not over.
Oh, no.
And it is perfect.
And did you also see that when Punk like had Kingston down, he went to do the John Cena thing, he got booed?
Yeah.
And then when he went for the go to sleep the first time, he got booed. Like, the crowd's starting to react to Kingston positively.
Which, with Moxley being out, give Kingston the uber baby face moment. This is what Punk needs to get away from his WWE stigma.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Danielson need to get away from their stigma of WWE. And they have started. That's the beauty of it. They have officially started to get away from their stigma of WWE.
Yeah, like the crowd keeps going, yes, 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 with Danielson, and Danielson doesn't do it.
Well, because he came out and actually, they asked him not to do it too, and he said, okay, I won't do it. He goes, I can't stop the crowd from doing it, but I won't do it.
Yeah.
But Punk gets hard-weighed. Punk wins with one go to sleep. Punk goes to shake Eddie Kingston's hand. Kingston pretty much flips him off and rolls out of the ring. Which Punk just looked at him and smiled.
Yep, this feud is not over.
No, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. The match for the shortest match on the card made the most sense to drive a story.
Yeah.
Now we get on to the, oh my god, what the fuck were they thinking match? The Inner Circle defeating Man of the Year and American Top Team in a Minnesota street fight. The key thing is every weapon that was in this match was a invention in Minnesota.
God.
So you had the water ski. You had, oh god, what else did they have? They had the water ski, they had hockey sticks, they had a toaster. Like, there's so many stupid fucking things in this. I mean, I really only remember one fucking spot. And that was Sammy doing his best Jeff Hardy imitation. He climbed up a 30-foot ladder and did a swanton bomb off of it through a table.
The thing that made no sense with this match is, all right, during the promos and the build-up, it was like these teams couldn't wait to get at one another. Then, in a Minnesota street fight, they start off the match in a regular tag match format. I'm like, what? Basically, it's like, you have these 5 guys, we can't wait to get on each other. We can't wait to get at each other. You know, it's the stadium turmoil thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Stadium. And instead, it's like, you start the match, we're going to wait outside.
Well,
Both teams did it. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Well, here's the other thing, too. You want to talk about that? Okay, you're going to do every, what is it called? You're going to do, these guys hate each other. It's an ODQ match. Paige Van Zandt, right? Made a big deal about getting her hands on Jericho, and she's nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I mean, everybody did this whole thing like, we can't wait to get what's going to, oh my God, it's going to be chaos. And then they start off in a normal tag format like a fucking Survivor Series.
I mean, the best thing about that Jericho bit, what is it called? I can take all 5 of you on. Really? Joke kind of write themselves. Maybe you want to put that on your OnlyFans.
was like, how can I put it? It was like if you went and saw the Broad Street Bullies back in the day versus the Penguins, and an actual like hockey game with rules broke out. It's like you came for the fight, and instead you saw like a technical hockey game. You think, what the hell is this?
Right.
Like, I mean, it's like we can't wait to get gonna kick their ass. All right, let's go, Sammy. Come on, Sammy. Tag me in. It's a street fight. It's a fucking street fight.
That one have broke.
Count anywhere.
I mean,
No, Pin had to be in the ring, but it was beside the point. You could have, but when that all broke down, when it finally all fucking broke down, it turned into a fucking great match.
the thing is, it took forever to get there.
It took like 5 minutes for them to actually get into a fucking street fight.
Yeah, see, all right. Sorry. My apologies. All right. Oh, Jesus.
You
All right.
dying on us, man?
No,
Stop
damn
drinking out water.
Oh, Jesus.
water went like and scratched my throat the wrong way.
Okay.
That sucked. Anyway. Problem is, this match went on at 11 something. And at 11 whatever, especially
No, actually, you could say that. It actually went on at 11. Because the final match didn't really go on until 11:30. Because the pay-per-view ended at 12:10.
So for somebody like me, because I'm going to use me for example, who basically got boosted and was like fucking out of it fatigued for 2 days, expecting Bedlam and then seeing Survivor Series like, let's go, come on, tag me. When you're fighting sleep, doesn't bode well.
Well, I'll use mine. I was falling asleep halfway through the fucking pay-per-view because I literally was up at 6:15 in the morning working in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know. You were in fucking Scranton.
Scranton, and then had to drive 3 hours home. They had to...
PPW territory there.
Yeah, drive 3 hours home, and then stay up until midnight after I'd been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually 4 o'clock, if I want to get technical, 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, the thing is, my fatigue was a little bit induced, so...
Yeah, yours was induced. Mine was work-induced. But
Yeah,
anyway...
yours was- Mine was like, yeah, booster shot, vaccine induced.
Yeah, so, and then after the match was over, I mean, Sammy pretty much came out looking like fucking roses. Jericho gets the pin. Shocker. We get our newest member of the AEW roster.
Who?
Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
Right. I saw that promo. Somebody put that on Facebook.
And challenged Sammy Guevara for the TNT title on Wednesday.
I have a feeling something's going to happen with that.
I have a feeling if Sammy's winning, it's not clean, but I have a feeling Sammy might be dropping the title if it's clean.
Here's a question. When they move to TBS, are they going to call that the TNT/TBS title?
I think they're just going to call it the TNT title because technically doesn't Turner still own TNT?
Yeah, well, it's going to sound... The TNT title here on TBS.
I mean, they did that. I mean, if you think about it, remember back in the day, wasn't Dynamite on TBS? Not Dynamite. Wasn't Thunder? Wasn't Thunder for WCW on TBS?
I think it might have been, but they didn't have a title named after the damn shit, named after the damn channel.
No, but it's. I mean, that whole idea is shit anyway, so why not? But then, yes, so your main event of the night was Hangman Adam Page defeating Kenny Omega by pinfall, buckshot lariat, to be the new AEW World Champion at 25 minutes, 35 seconds. Is there any... I will say this. Personally, I think they're 4 months too late, or 5 months too late with Page as the champion. Not saying that I don't like him as the champion. I do. I love it. I think Omega needs a fucking break. But I think you had a chance... you had a chance 2 years ago to strike when the iron was hot, having Page be your first champion. But I get why you put it on Jericho. And you then could have done it 6 months ago, but shit happened.
Right.
I just have a weird feeling that it might be too little too late. I'd like to see where it goes.
Yeah, like, I want to see where it goes, and I'm just happy that Omega's going away for a bit.
I mean, I think Omega needs some time. Listen, either he's taking time off, or this motherfucker's going to Japan.
Well, you know what it is, too, and I think, Ronnie, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you say in the last, when you were reporting that more than likely they were going to make Omega a babyface and have him turn on the Elite and make him like your king babyface? Didn't you say that?
No, I didn't. Ryan might have said that, but I don't. I mean, it would work, but I do not know how well it would work. Because Omega needs, in my opinion, Omega needs, like I said, he's like he's fucking Randy Orton. He needs somebody to push him. Maybe him going back to Japan for a couple months to get ready to work fucking Wrestle Kingdom might be a good thing for him. Or he needs fucking surgery on his arm and takes 6 months off.
Yeah.
Uh,
But we've already gone into too much detail about Omega in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, this will go on YouTube. Y'all can listen to it there. Do not... Alright, so let's do the Survivor Series card right now, real quick.
I have it up already.
Alright, so
I
go.
already have it up.
Go. And then we'll do
Okay.
the bus flip, and then we'll do the movie stuff to end it.
All right, then, like I said, no particular order. I have Damian Priest versus Nakamura, U.S. title versus Intercontinental title.
Priest.
I'm saying Nakamura.
Chris?
Chris?
oh, the Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
the first-
gotta go with Nakamura!
Nakamura-san. Kinshasa.
Bombay!
So then we have RK Bro versus the Usos for tag, Raw versus
Yeah.
SmackDown here.
Bloodline.
I'm going with RK Bro.
RK Bro.
Okay, next match we got Big E versus Roman Reigns. Like I said, they're not in order of who's going to be the main event. I'm just
Oh! I would like to see Big E win, but I think it's going to be Roman.
I think you're. I have a feeling it's going to be Roman, but I'm predicting this now. There's going to be some kind of bullshittery at the end of this match.
I got one thing to say. Acknowledge me.
But like I said, there's going to be something bullshitty happening at the end of this match. I bet. But that's my opinion. Then we got Big Time Bax versus Flair.
Becky.
Becky.
No contest.
Yeah, I can see that too. I can see that being just a straight up count out.
Then we have Team Raw. It's Bianca, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Carmella and Queen Zelina versus Sasha, Shayna, Shotzi, Natalya, and a TVA. Which I think I have opinion of who I think I would like it to be, but I don't think she's ready to come back yet. I think it's going to be Bayley. Because I've been watching her Instagram stuff. She's been working out like a beast. So I wouldn't be shocked if Bayley makes a return.
Well, I think the SmackDown women win. Whoever the person's gonna be, I think the SmackDown women win. Either way.
I think it. I agree with that, even though it means I have to hitch my wagons to the bitch. But
Let's get out some donuts.
who the hell is that?
Team Raw, because Shotzi and Sasha cannot get along. They'll be at each other's throats. And if it is Bayley back, Bayley has a bone to pick with Sasha. And Zelina is a manipulator, which means she has some muscle on her side. So I have a feeling this is where they really utilize Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Since she has a lot of Survivor Series experience already.
Right.
So I like Team Raw because Team SmackDown can't get along.
Well, if you really think about it, Team Raw is not exactly on the greatest of terms. Bianca doesn't trust any of them. Liv Morgan's in business for her own. She wants the title. Queen Zelina is, like you said, a manipulator. And Rhea is just... Rhea is the team. I'm sorry to say it, but she is the team. But
Right.
we're moving on to the last match of the night. What are you going to say?
Oh, it's basically Team Raw. Basically, is going to be Rhea and Bianca. They can throw everybody else out unless they comply.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then I'm getting tired. Then we have Team Raw: Rollins, Finn Balor, Owens, Mysterio, and Bobby Lashley.
Oh, it's
versus...
not. No,
What's the matter?
it's a Ray. Oh yeah, Ray is on it. Sorry.
Rey Mysterio. Then versus Drew, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and to be announced. Who's going to be the next? Now? I don't have a prediction. But I think Ronnie's giddy. I know Ronnie. I hear that giggle. So go ahead.
Von Wagner.
God damn it!
He was on SmackDown. They're fast tracking him to the main event already.
I think you're right, and I think Team SmackDown.
Holy shit! Oh, dude, I just saw him on there. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he on SmackDown already?
God damn, yeah, like Kyle O'Reilly, he's like, well, I thought that was my tag team partner, guess not.
You know what though? In all joking aside, for how they have him on SmackDown is actually perfect.
I seriously think in a couple months we're just gonna see Kyle O'Reilly as All Elite.
Oh yeah.
Because they're just taking everybody away from him.
Or they might just offer him the bucket loads of money to stay as a trainer in NXT, which I would not be against.
No.
It would be nice to see the Undisputed Era in AEW, like the original Undisputed Era.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, let's just give it. Okay, this is all. Sorry to interrupt you, Chris, but by you saying that, all I know is this is turning into NWO 3.0. Let's have another guy in the Elite.
It's the
Like
LW.
we don't have enough fucking members in the Elite.
It's turning into the LWO. It's turning into the LWO.
The Latino World Order.
No, it's the who gives a fuck another member World Order.
The C Squad.
Oh, God.
But I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not.
I mean, I would just love to see that where Cole all of a sudden turns on the Elite and goes with the Era again.
Bobby Fish is already there.
Yeah. Bring Cole into the original Undisputed Era.
Yeah, but no. Oh, do you think it's gonna be Wagner too?
I don't know who it's gonna be. I was thinking of the Wagner thing. I said I'm not bringing it up because I don't want to start anything. But Ronnie, you kind of did that already. And it sucks that Ryan wasn't here to make any jokes because I'm sure he would have had fun with that.
All right. And I think SmackDown wins. And I think SmackDown wins.
I think Raw's gonna win, but I don't know if there's no dark match listed, so I don't know if there's gonna be a dark match. But if there is a dark match, you pretty much know it's gonna be Raw versus SmackDown. So if there is a dark match, I'm gonna say Team SmackDown for the dark match. If there is.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 10-man tag.
If you know what, if there is, because Survivor Series tends to do this on like the pre-show. They have like the 2-brand battle royal.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
But since you said that, since they're probably going to do 10 men on each thing, which leads us into the next topic of conversation. Who's next on the WWE release list?
Oh, it's time for
Go
a
to the survey.
Fuck! I'm gonna steal this from Missionary. Sorry, Mish. It's not a bus flip anymore. It's a motherfucking boat flip.
It's the Titanic of wrestling.
So, alright, so on November 4th, we had a shit more ton releases. We'll start off with the top one of Frankie Monet.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
It's a thing. Like, I don't know, Ronnie, you ever watch the YouTube thing, SEC Shorts?
Yes.
You know, remember the one with the Auburn fan experience?
Yes.
It's like the WWE fan experience. Like, hit the button. The year 2001. Holy shit, Austin Rock, this is amazing. 2021. What the fuck? But like, who's left?
No.
I hate to say it because I'm a WWE fan, but man, it's getting hard to watch.
I'll say this. Frankie Monet will go to either Women's of Wrestling or back to Impact.
It's hard to watch because, like, you can't get invested in anybody because as soon as you do, either, you know, they come on the main roster and Vince completely screws them up, and then they repackage them and then they're released right away.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to them.
Now, if they're released because they decided, here's where it gets dicey. Because they'll be released some because they refused to get vaccinated. And,
well,
it's a tough thing.
We'll get into that because there were other stories that came out that I know who you're talking about, but there's also stories that have no recollection of vaccinated status. So it looking like that whole thing is bullshit.
Well, here's the thing, and I said this a couple weeks ago. I didn't know if you were done, Ronnie. I'm sorry if you weren't.
No, you're good.
No, but here's the thing, and I said this, and all of you agreed with it, that this was a money feud. This could have been, you could have printed money with this, that when Lacey Evans returns, if she returns, which with the way WWE is running, probably never going to see her again, you could have put the Southern Belle versus Sassy New Yorker in Monet, you could have had the battle of the Debonair ladies, the debutante ladies. That could have been a money feud right there. You could have
Yeah.
printed money with that. Of course, what did they do? Oh, wait a minute. Frankie Monroe, you're 38. Up, you're too old.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
mean,
fit in our the toddler experience that is NXT Sesame Street.
well, I mean, even then, she wasn't really wrestling either.
But
Yep.
the whole fact of the matter is, I said this in the beginning when they changed NXT over. Look, the wrestling has been decent. I'm not knocking the wrestling, but they're turning NXT from what I loved to, oh, what the fuck it is anymore.
Well, I'll look at this. Here, let me. I'll get back to this in about 2 seconds. But my whole thing is this a bad thing that they're releasing all these people?
Yes and no. I'll say this. Yes and no. Yes is because it gives other promotions a chance to bolster their roster with some big names. But it also sucks is because Chris said it the best, and yeah, Chris, I'm going to give you props right now, so buckle up. You're going to get some. What you do is you take these characters, you put them out. You want the crowds to like them. The crowd finally starts to get like, all right, I'm really starting to get behind so-and-so or, this so-and-so. And all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going to buy their shirt. Oh, yeah, I'm going to start cheering for them. I'm going to be this. Then 2 weeks later, WWE has come to the terms of the release of, well, there goes that fucking shit.
But yeah, that's true. But if it's someone they really got behind, what's stopping that fan to finding, like, I'll use Zack Ryder as an example. Ryder's made his name in ECW and Impact. What's stopping someone from going and trying to find, when they find him online, that he's at there and going to a GCW show or going to watch Impact wherever they can find it? Or, I mean, now it's dead and deceased, but MLW you can go find, or Ring of Honor when it was still around. Like, you can go and find these people, or they can be on the indies, where that's where you can make a lot. Like, you can start seeing a lot of these guys. Dude, you know as well as I do, Karrion Kross release. That motherfucker's going to be in fucking New York in about 2 weeks. He's going to be working Hog in 90 days.
Well, here's my take on what you just said, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when it comes to what you just said, I don't disagree with you, but I do disagree on one point. You're taking these guys off of a worldwide known company in WWE. You're putting them back in to the little indies, Impact, dare I say it, AEW. That's not quite, AEW's big, but it's not quite worldwide yet. Will they get there? I eventually think they will, but it's going to take some time. But you're taking these names, like, oh, I'm in WWE. I'm in one of the biggest wrestling promotions in the world. Now, where am I going? I'm back to wrestling in front of 50 people in a high school gym in Puxatawney, New York or something. I mean, what the hell happened? I was in the biggest company in the world. Now I'm in, like I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere, wrestling for $25 in front of nobody.
But here's the thing. In the spin-off of that,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'll tell you where you're wrong. Is that now they can ask for a little bit more money. They're not working for $25. They can ask for $250 and go to conventions and be labeled as former WWE superstar. That's the big thing. They're now labeled as former WWE superstar. Guys like Oni Lorcan, who me and Chris have literally watched start from nothing as fucking Biff Busick in CZW to go there. Now he comes back as former WWE superstar Oni Lorcan, a.k.a. Biff Busick.
And he's got a YouTube channel now.
But I'm saying is though, like Ember Moon, formerly known as Ember Moon, a.k.a. Athena.
The thing is, well, a quick thing also with it.
Yeah.
this problem with these wrestlers back on the indies again, especially in this era right now, is you could see indie promoters sort of shortchanging them, being like, because we're not going to get the crowds we used to get. Still,
Right.
I mean, I see that even in like big band shows and shit like that. Like, you get a crowd, but you get nowhere near
The gate's a little low, brother.
You know what I mean? You get nowhere near to the crowds you used to get.
Right.
You're right. No, I don't disagree with you, but Ronnie, it's like you got to look at it this way. It's like some of these guys, like some of the bigger names who we're going to mention in a couple of minutes. Some of those guys are thinking, okay, I've been with the big company, I've been making X amount of dollars. I'm going to ask for X amount of dollars. Perfect example is when Braun Strowman came out on.
Braun was asking for way too fucking much.
Braun was asking, from what I heard. Now, like I said, I'm not saying this is true. This is speculation, so take it with a pinch of salt. Thank you, Wally Davis, for that line. Wanted $50,000 per appearance.
I don't know if it was 50, but for damn sure he wanted 6 figures.
But here's my thing. These little indie promoters are just starting to get back on their feet again post-pandemic.
Well, you
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying-
Here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off, but you don't know if that was to wrestle or a convention. If he wanted 6 figures per convention, I could understand that, because he is still a big enough name. If he actually wanted to wrestle, they never said what his in-ring fee was. It might be different.
But the point I'm trying to make is, like I said, these indie promoters, and I'm sorry to say it, the TNAs, before they went belly up, Ring of Honor, MLW, they don't have that kind of money to be throwing around to get
90 seconds.
to be getting these big names behind them.
No, but someone like Braun is actually working more with... Actually, he was plastered all over Rain, the energy drink, because he was doing the Rain World's Strongest Man competition. Not in it, but he was actually like a guy that was on the site testing it out. That's where he went, and guess what? He was a World's Strongest Man. He competed in the
60
competition,
seconds.
so it fits for him.
Chris, what is your take on what I've been saying? I'm curious to get your take on this.
All right, like I said before, I'm like, indie promoters are just finding their spots back since the pandemic.
Right.
That's where I'm saying, like, the crowds that you normally would get, like, say at a WrestlePro or whatever, you're not going to get right now. So, and a lot of these wrestlers that wrestle globally are all of a sudden, you know, they're back doing, like, the little local scene and shit like that. I mean, it is a shock to the system. And I think a lot of them, I mean, I could see next month you'll see Taya Valkyrie's
10
all elite.
seconds.
I could see Killer Cross being all elite. But who knows? Because the problem is everybody thinking, oh, well, let's just go to AEW. AEW only has so many shows.
Yeah.
I've said that. I've been saying that forever.
Cross,
Watches
I can see going to TNA. Cross and Scarlett can easily go back to TNA.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Scarlett can go back, can do anything in 30 days.
Right.
However, Killer Cross.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she joined WoW to get some training as well as be back in the ring. As, I mean, if you're going to go character base, just call her the fucking Smoke Show.
Well, if I'm Scarlett, why do I need to be in the ring? Just be the Smoke Show.
Oh, well, I shit you not. I guarantee you, if they both go back to Impact, they're legitly going to do the exact same character that they fucking did in NXT. Just call it something different, and boom. They're just going to do the exact same thing. Because that was money in NXT.
But what John was saying, like with certain wrestlers wanting more, I mean, yeah, I can see why, but the problem is a lot of these indie promoters aren't going to get it.
No.
They're not going to have that much money to do that.
No, they're not going to want to take a loss.
And I can tell you one thing, Ronnie, and you'll know this. Scarlett, I could see showing back up at WrestlePro.
Well, yeah.
She's got, her and Matthews are close. I could see her showing back up in WrestlePro. Maybe not on the 27th when they have their final show of the year. Well, no, wait a minute. Will the 30 days be up by then?
I don't know. November 4th? No, because November 4th was the release. So the 27th...
Well, then wait a minute. I don't know. WrestlePro, well, I don't even know if they're going to be on... They're going to be doing a live pay-per-view that night, I doubt.
I don't know if they're running December, so...
Well, if they don't do it in November, definitely if there is a show in December,
yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if we saw her at fucking WrestlePro in December.
But anyway,
yeah.
I was going to say, I know we want to get to your stuff, Chris, so I just want to get through these names.
I'm just saying, though, quick, that, like, that what John's saying is right. I mean, a lot of these guys, like, if they're going to make, have those demands, a lot of places are not going to be able to give that to them.
Right. I mean, like, Buddy Murphy and Bronson Reed literally just showed up in New Japan.
Bronson Reed's going to kill it in fucking New Japan.
Yeah.
I've messaged him on Twitter, and I've sent stuff to him, and he's responded back. I just think he's going to fucking kill it in Japan. And WWE is going to come crawling and begging for him to come back. And I hope he tells them, turns around and says, fuck you, you kill it. You can me? Fuck you.
That's the other thing, though. A lot of these guys that got cut from NXT or something like that are go out, go get seasoned, and we'll call you back. It's the same thing like the Drew McIntyre bit, where Drew McIntyre went out, did the Indies, did Impact, they called him back up, he came back, re-signed, and now look at him.
Well, my biggest problem because this is before we went so fast with what John said about NXT, it's so true. Like, NXT used to be the show I would never miss. Now I'm just like, because it's not NXT anymore. It's not. Like, and this edict that women, 25 or below, like 36, you're going to see the women's division suffer badly. Because all of a sudden, and they said no indie wrestlers, I mean, you're going to get what Cornette said was perfect. He said, you're not going to get people that get the idea of the business. You're going to get athletic girls that just do. And that's all they do.
The fact that people thought the Revolution was a thing is laughable. WWE did not give a shit about the Revolution. WWE gave shit about bottom line and eyes on the product.
You know what? I can just see Vince going, you know what, pal? We need to bring back bra and panties matches. Blood wrestling matches. That's what the people want to see. Damn it.
There's one girl in NXT right now that I hope they strap the fucking rocket to, but I have a feeling they're gonna release her soon, and that's Cora Jade.
Cora Jade?
Yeah.
Well, she's already being brought up with Dakota Kai, so.
But I'm saying is though that girl is 20 years old. She is in the same boat as Rhea Ripley, where she's still a little green, but you can season her enough to where she can actually be money. She can be money.
But the difference is, Cora Jade was on the indies.
Right. Well, at the same time, Cora Jade, I also see getting cut because you just cut her fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley was on the indies, and Rhea Ripley learned the business in RCW. Like, and she had the right training and all that shit. That's why Rhea Ripley's so damn good, is because she has that base in RCW, and then she learned a lot in the Performance Center in NXT, probably from
Right.
Sarah Del. And, you know, and from Triple H, for Shawn Michaels and the like, and all those people. And, like, Natty's husband.
Right, TJ.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a producer
so-
now, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem, I mean, I'm worried about Dakota Kai, because Dakota Kai is 33. So as soon as, you know, Kevin Dunn decides he can't get off the Dakota Kai, she's going to be out.
What do you mean? Oh, Beaver Boy's got something wrong? Oh, Beaver Boy with the beaver teeth? Doesn't know anything about wrestling?
Well,
You're kidding me.
well,
It's the
all right.
truth.
No, you're absolutely right.
The
It's almost-
buck-toothed Beaver
if these
Boy.
if these old men cannot jerk off to you, then we're going to get rid of you.
Well, speaking of jerking off to them, Eva Marie was next.
They should have never rehired her anyway.
Eva Marie was to get to Parker, the Parker Bruto. That was the only reason they rehired her. Because she's Parker's agent.
Yeah, look how well that went.
Well, Parker's fucking killing it right now in NXT.
But I think the biggest name that I was really disappointed with the releases, and then we'll just move on with
Well,
it.
let me go through the list.
All right.
Yeah. Next on this, Harry Smith. Did anyone realize he got rehired?
I did. We had one match on SmackDown.
Mia Yim,
Not
AEW.
shock.
AEW, hands down, or
But
NWA.
She's gonna go to WoW. I guarantee you, she'll go to WoW.
Yeah, I can see that because they're starting to sign. Another girl that's going to go to WoW, because she's going to need seasoning, and I know AJ Lee wants her. Nia Jax.
Oh my ass.
My whole.
My whole.
Keith Lee.
That's the one I'm talking about. They dropped the ball big time with letting this guy go.
So,
This guy had charisma personified, and Vince fucked him royally.
so allegedly, the thing that got him released was they said when he came back from Houston, his demeanor and attitude changed, and no one wanted to work with him.
What, Keith Lee?
Yeah.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that for nothing. I do not
Nope.
buy that.
Work with him?
No, they for some reason no one wanted. They said when he came back from Houston after the flood, that no one wanted to work with him.
Like I said, with that, I really don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. I think Keith Lee was... Vince did not know what the fuck to do with him. Vince did not see money with him. And he was on the other side of 30. He wasn't somebody, you know, he didn't have a $1 million body. He was gonna go because Vince just didn't know what the fuck to do with him. Triple H knew what to do with him. That's why he was so fucking over in NXT.
Yeah.
If you brought up the Keith Lee from NXT and put him on Raw that he was, you'd have made money with him. But by changing his music, changing his ring gear, cutting his wrestling style, you know, making him a complete joke into what he was, you should have just let him bask in his glory. You would have made money with him.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
but
No, you're right
it's
there.
like, you know, it's like I hate to go back to this, but when Balls was working for the company, when he went back to work for WWE under the ECW name, when he did the ECW stuff, he had his full arsenal. When they went back to when they started making the ECW the next generation type of thing, they cut. I know because he told me this. They cut off. He said you're only allowed 3 or 4 different moves. You're not gonna. We don't want you to do any offense. Just do this, 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 and this. And he's like, well, you pretty much fucked me. And then not too long after that, he asked for his release, and they granted to him. Like, okay, fine. But when you cut a guy's gimmick, when you cut a guy that made him famous on the indies and all over the world, because Keith Lee was known all over the world.
Yeah.
When you take a guy like Keith Lee, who's got so much charisma, so much talent, that you could have done 1,000,001 things with, and you turn him into, oh, well, let's make him into this. Now he's a bear. Rawr. Okay? That's stupid. You're squashing 120-pound guys. Oh, boy, congratulations.
I'll say one partnership WWE had that they dissolved that really fucked a lot of NXT wrestlers was the partnership with CFO $. The reason why, that's the biggest reason why we can never hear Rebel Heart again. That's the reason why Bask in His Glory got changed to God knows whatever it was. Like a lot of the themes that, because remember when NXT wrestlers would come up with their theme.
Yeah.
So you knew who they were. I mean, Rhea Ripley still did, but thank God. But the only reason Rhea Ripley has her theme still, even though it's CFO, is because it has Ash Costello. And as long as Ash Costello is with WWE Rhea Ripley, then WWE will play it.
Yep. But
thank God for that connection. Otherwise, you'd have some other shitty thing. Like Keith Lee, Bask in His Glory. Like, all they have to do is just let him sing Bask in My Glory. And the funny thing is, when he came up on Raw, even when Vince put him in them horrible shorts, the crowd was still singing Bask in His Glory. It's just Vince didn't give a shit.
all right, let's last couple ones. I'll just say them quick. The rest of Lucha House Party's gone. Jeet Ram, whatever. Ty Baxter, B-Fab is gone. Cross, Oni Loken, Scarlett, and Ember Moon. There's some other ones, but it's all NXT fodder.
Oh.
Yeah.
And speaking of ruined gimmicks, what the fuck they did to Cross was ridiculous.
Oh, they did it again. Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't get it, and I mean, listen, it is what it is. He's gone. He can now go back to Impact or do whatever he wants in AEW.
No.
They didn't. They missed fucking money. The fact that they got rid of Scarlett with him, that was the biggest travesty of them all.
I just love what they said where somebody was like, yo, can I get that mask? And he goes, nobody wants that shit, brother.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, did you see, Chris, you probably follow it. Did you see the post Rhea Ripley put on Twitter? Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But that ass shot? Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sorry because, like, all right, the big thing about that is, like, whenever she posts a workout picture or whatever, there's always the idiot fans like Mahmoud Apatev or whatever the fuck. They're like, you look like man. Do not have tattoos. You should listen to Europop. And I'm like, why are you following Rhea Ripley if none of the shit that she likes you are down with? Makes no sense.
You should listen to man. Oh, wait. Oh, that explains a lot.
They're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. And Rhea was like, so sorry, not sorry, with the ass fit. I'm like, Hey, it's a nice ass. I have no issue with Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley's hot as shit.
No, Rhea, for as young as she is, she should be, like I said, her and Cora Jade should be the top two people they fucking strap the rocket to and build around them for the women's division. Because they're young enough that they can
And don't forget.
build 15 years around.
And don't forget, you got that redheaded, what, Gigi her name is?
Patricia Kelly. Thank God Toxic Attraction's doing well, because if it was anything, she'd be the next one on the fucking chopping block, unfortunately, because she's an indie chick. Remember, people forget about what she got in trouble for. Everyone wanted to bitch at what's his name for having the dickplex. People completely forgot that she pulled out a fucking quote-unquote used tampon and used to shove it down people's throats.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim Cornette.
So let's do the movie thing and bring this home because it's getting late.
Oh, quick sidebar.
Yes.
Shotzi must be John's favorite wrestler right now.
I fucking love Shotzi. I love Shotzi, man.
And the fact that she went after Sasha, I was like, oh my god. He shot up his favorites.
No, I like Ronnie will tell you, I like Shotzi way before that.
I was gonna say she did a couple of videos too that if you want to go search the internet for.
Not really, if they're what I think they are, and I don't feel like seeing those because I do want to keep what food I have in me down.
No.
But anyway.
No. She did a couple Candice Michelle's.
All right.
I don't want to ruin it. I like her the way she is. Leave it alone.
Do you agree with me that if they're gonna have Shotzi as a heel, why don't they just give her the name Shotzi Blackheart again?
Because that WWE can't have two names. Remember, Alexander Rusev, Antonio Cesaro, Big E Langston, Big E.
Humberto Carrillo, Humberto.
You know, it's like they can't. WWE is allergic to last names. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
So Chris, do you want to take this? Because this was your idea.
What?
Did you want to take this? This was your idea about the Marvel movie.
Oh, movie. Okay. All right. What movie are we doing?
No. Remember you were talking about the... Okay, then I'll take it. So we go in this. So, Chris, you brought up the whole thing in chat about Marvel movies being overplayed.
Oh. All right. Well, my thing is I mean, every time you turn around, there's either a Marvel movie or a Marvel show or a DC movie or DC show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, every time you turn around, and lately, I mean, before I was like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely down. Now I'm just like, eh. Like, I think I might have got burned out on it, or I just don't care anymore. I mean, it's like, you miss one, well, then there's this, and now you got to catch up for all this shit. I'm just like, you know what? I don't care.
You're not wrong.
Now, I want to actually add one more genre to that. And you're saying Marvel superhero films. I want to add biopics. Not documentaries. Biopics. AKA something like Bohemian Rhapsody. Rocket Man.
Rhapsody.
No, I'm saying there was...
Good.
No, I'm not saying they weren't, but I'm saying they're getting played out.
Well, the difference with a biopic, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. You watch a movie for 2 hours, and that's that. Where for the latest Marvel movie, like, apparently, if I want to see Shang-Chi, I have to watch WandaVision and all this other shit. I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Can't I just watch the fucking movie and call it a day?
Right, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying is like with the biopics, we now have a Lucille Ball one. That's
Well-
coming out next. I think that's out next week, and it's Nicole Kidman as Lucy.
You see, I never heard of. I haven't heard of this until now. I have no problem with that. It's because I used to. No, this is not a pun.
Yeah, you love
I used to
Lucy.
love. I used to like. No, I loved the show.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I think a biopic of Lucy Ball is great. I don't see Nicole Kidman as fucking Lucy though.
Yeah, that one. That's good. That might be a little hard to swallow with a British chick playing a redheaded girl from Southern California.
But I'm saying as though it seems like we've gotten, even though they've been good, it just feels like we've gotten, it's oversaturated like how Marvel movies are. Like I said, we've had Rocket Man, we have it just feels like we've gotten oversaturated with these type of movies. Comic book movies are just as bad.
Well, the thing with biopic is you can pick and choose what you want to see.
Right.
Like, give a shit to see Rocket Man because, Bohemian Rhapsody I was all about because I love Queen.
But at the same time, they took liberties with some of these movies too. They didn't actually keep it true.
Polish
But,
some of it. Sure.
right.
I mean, like that. But like the Marvel movies, it's like, well, you just can't pick and choose one because all of a sudden, well, if you didn't see this one, then this one's not going to make sense. Or this, I'm like, dude, I don't want to do homework to watch a movie.
In all honesty, the one thing that I'm waiting to see is like everyone's like, oh well, the Eternals is fucking amazing. I'm sorry, fuck the Eternals. The only reason you made this fucking movie was for the sole fact that you could put Angelina Jolie in it.
Wait, I got a question for you, Ronnie. Since you talked about biopics, I know we're going to be wrapping this up in a couple of minutes. But
Yeah.
Just real quick, what was your thoughts on Fighting with My Family? Since that technically is a biopic.
Yeah, it technically is. Because it was not of someone, it was because of someone that was still, at the time, in the business. I didn't think anything really of it because it wasn't really that captivating.
Chris, do you have an opinion on it or no?
I mean, I loved Fighting with My Family because, like, I mean, some people are like, well, it wasn't completely real. I'm like, dude, it's a movie. It's, when they say based on a true story, they mean based on a true story. Not everything is true.
For God's sakes, they said Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on a true story. It was, but not on the same guy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Paige didn't, like grab a horn in a beach for, training in WWE. That made no sense. Whatever. I mean, it's entertainment. I know they embellished Bohemian Rhapsody a bit. I'm fine with it. And I didn't give a shit about. One of my favorite biopics is I, Tonya. And I know
that was good. That was good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was my thing. What he was saying with the Lucille Ball thing is like, since if they're going to do a lot of Lucille Ball when she was young, it makes no sense to have Nicole Kidman play that because she's not that young anymore. And I thought, very interesting what you would do. You get a younger person that has the same facial structure, which would be Nicole Kidman's fellow countrywoman in Australia, Margot Robbie.
Or you know what? Here's the name. I'm going to throw a name at both of you. You may know the name. You may not know the name. There's an actress that was famous in the late 90s, early 2000s for a couple movies, and she was married to a famous person towards the end of his life. I could have seen Amy Yasbeck playing the Lucy because she's a natural redhead. She's been around the business. She's worked with Lucy for other thing at one time for something. I forget what it was called. But there could be a person who could play a younger Lucy right there. Amy Yasbeck, perfect.
Yazbek could do it. I definitely, Amy Yazbek could do it. I could see Emma Stone doing it.
Oh, Emma Stone would kill it as Lucy.
Oh, yeah.
As a younger Lucy. But as an older Lucy, then that's when you do the Nicole Kidman. You know, have her, age her up a little bit and stuff like that. I could see it as an older Lucy, as the, right before she passed away Lucy. Not as the young sitcom Lucy. No, that's an Emma Stone all the way.
Yeah, I mean, older Lucy, you could go a little bit with Amy Yazbek because she was around in the 80s.
There you go.
Yeah, because, I mean, I could totally see that, but I have no issue with biopics because you can pick and choose, like the Ed and Eagle one or whatever ones. I mean, you can pick and choose, and some of it interesting, and they do embellish it. It is what it is. I think that's why I like the DC movies more than the MCU right now, is because the DC movies are like, they stand alone on their own, and if it is connected, it's very loosely. You know, it's like, oh, this, or even if it is connected, they say, like, in the beginning, all right, well, this happened, and now we're on.
Breaking news. Rey Mysterio has been replaced on Team Raw. It's now Austin Theory. No, it just happened like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. They can't make up their mind. They can't make up their mind.
Until they release Austin Theory at the end of the week.
Oh, God. See, that's why I made the joke when it was like Dan on SmackDown, like Danhausen, now it's Dan. I was like, until 6 months later, WWE has come to the, release terms of the release of Dan.
Well, it's like, you know what it is? WWE has come to the terms of release of WWE 2K22. Since they released everybody, they might as well release the game too. Since there's nobody left on the fucking roster.
That's why I made the joke. WWE 2K22, fuck it all edition. The fuck it edition. Instead of like,
or I saw a meme. It's like WWE 2K22. All it shows is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins having matches. It's because they're the only two left.
See, what I thought was like WWE 2K23, the fuck it all edition. Basically, instead of a wrestler on the cover, it's one of the game developers with a cigarette, a joint, and a 40 flipping you off. Like, fuck it, you do
Here's
it.
Here's your fucking game, pal.
Yeah, customizable everything. You want it in a game? Fuck it, you do it.
No, you want Keith Lee in the game? We'll give you all the components. Create them your fucking self.
Yeah, you do it.
All right, let's bring this into the station. It's getting late. Let's bring this in.
Yeah.
Okay, so, so the other thing I was going to say is we're actually getting a lot of good stuff behind this, because you turn around right now what I'm happy is we're getting, what is it? We're getting the X-Men coming back. So that's the one thing, like, we're getting all this stuff that's coming back, and I get it, and I'm just kind of waiting for the Fantastic Four to come back. When you get Fantastic Four and X-Men, that's what I'm starting, because that's usually the next big story you're going to get it looks like Avengers versus X-Men.
Well, they fucked the Fantastic Four twice, so I don't know if they're going to fuck it a third time.
No, they already stayed, because Fox got it, Fox sold it back to Disney.
Yeah, they've royally fucked that franchise so bad, it's going to take a lot to revive that. It's clear!
Man, there's only one comic book movie right now coming out.
No, I take that back. Sorry to interrupt you, Chris. That's the third time they fucked that movie up. Need we forget the Roger Corman version?
Yeah, we try to.
That's 3 times that franchise has been fucked.
The only comic book movie coming out in the near future that I'm excited for is the Batman.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be interesting.
I'm actually looking forward. Is Deadpool 3 actually happening?
Yes, and there's nothing official yet about that.
But that's the only one I'd be more interested in to see, and that's the only comic book movie Alicia will go see because she loves that series. She sat through the last Avengers, but she fell asleep through half of it. 3-hour movie, of course she's gonna fall asleep through it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in the Batman because it looks like Matt Reeves gets it, and it looks very Nolan inspired, which I'm down with.
Yeah. But,
Like,
yeah. No, I get you.
Waiting for that. The Real World is coming. They're bringing back the Real World again.
But all right.
I can't wait for that next week.
Yep. So, Chris, I need one more movie from you when you get a chance, because we already agreed on we're doing Christmas Vacation as a standalone. So that's something there. John, I need 10 from you, and I need 10 from Ryan. And then we are ready to start really putting everything into a bundle and start drawing some numbers for the weeks to put stuff in the can.
But do you want to make an announcement now about a certain holiday?
Oh yeah.
Or do you want to save that?
No. We'll announce it. We'll announce it. So yes. So starting December 1st, we will be putting out movies every Friday. Standalone, be on Blog Talk as a standalone review, be on YouTube and on Twitch. Be opening up. Twitch and YouTube will have the full gambit of the photos and stuff like that. iTunes, sorry, just list audio only. That's what it is. To start off, we're gonna release the Blade movie that we recorded as the first one, so we have something for December for the first week when we do this. But on Christmas Eve, we're giving you some coal, people. We are going to do Christmas Vacation 2 on Christmas Eve.
Eddie's Island Adventure.
Yes. And just because we feel like assholes, we will then turn around and give you your present for the original National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
So prepare for shit, and then you get the treats.
Yes.
You're getting the trick, and then you're getting the treats.
Oh, by the way, if anyone cares, I know, John, you own it now. It is actually on Amazon for $7 to buy in HD.
But here's the question, guys. Do you have... Well, I'll talk to you off the air about it. I have
Yeah.
something I'll bring up to you off air, but I'll talk to you off air about that, so...
Yes, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, yes, please join us back here on Wednesday as we dive back into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck did we miss in the last 2 weeks when it comes to sports, as well as we dive deeper into the world of the NFL and NCAA, as well as, like I said, we are starting to do our reviews again, and also by next week, I should be doing 3 hour or at least 4.5 hours of video game content on this channel. But with that being said, if
I will be doing...
Go
ahead.
No, finish. I was gonna wrap up. So finish what you were gonna say. Finish.
I will be doing... I don't know, it may be this week or next week. I haven't decided yet. I have to confer with Ronnie on this. But I have been accumulating packs on my MLB The Show 21. I have a total of 71 basic packs and about 35 basic star packs. I'm going to do a massive pack opening on Twitch, and I might have somebody with me commenting on my picks. I might not. We might have to see, but be in the lookout for that.
Okay. And with that being said, too, if you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerdport Network. Follow us on Twitter at FNRonnie.
At TripSynicC.
At the Zombie Master.
You can follow Ryan, even though he couldn't be here today, at StuntcockSTL! Exclamation
Happy
point.
birthday
Yes.
to our buddy. Happy birthday to him. Much love for you, brother. We'll see you Wednesday, hopefully.
And Wednesday, join us back. Like I said, we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fucking sports. Also, join us back here on Monday as we dive into the deeper moments of movies, TV shows, and of course, professional wrestling.
Our review of Survivor Series, then.
Yes.
It'll be post-Survivor Series.
It'll be post-Survivor Series too, and then probably by that week we will start our first review once I get all the numbers in. I have right now 28 movies. And that's not including Christmas Vacation. No, that is including Christmas Vacations. We have 28 movies.
All right.
Yeah.
2 to add.
Okay.
Hold
Hold on, Chris. Actually, hold on. Let me close out, and then we can talk about this. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. And with that being said, join us back here on Wednesday. And with that being said, I can't keep saying with that being said because I'm fucking drunk. What the fuck am I doing? Whiskey's a hell of a drink. Good night, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And we are fucking out of here. I have no fucking closing anymore. Join us on Wednesday. We'll see you all later.
See you.